Hi, Adam Lobo TV. Hi, I'd like to get to know your thoughts on the Pocophone F1. What do you think about it in terms of the price, in terms of the specs? And the most important question, is this phone going to be a game changer for the smartphone industry?
Hey guys, Adam Lobo here, and yup, in this video I'll answer all your questions about what is good, bad and even the ugly features of the Xiaomi Pocophone, so don't go anywhere. Now if you guys are new, hello and welcome. Do consider subscribing to my channel as I release high quality tech videos for free, which is super duper honest. And if you're returning as a subscriber, let's Poco. Now in this video, it's going to be a little different compared to the previous video reviews that I've done, because I've asked you guys to send me your video questions about the phone through Instagram. So I'll go through all the specs and then I'll dive in straight into your submitted questions. Now first and foremost, I'd like to say xie to the guys from DirectD for sending out this device. Now let's start with the unboxing. Now the box comes in black with the Pocophone text in front and the Pocophone F1 on both sides. And at the back there's the highlighted specs over there. Opening up the box in front, you will find a little yellow box with the manual and also the clear phone case. And then you'll see the phone on top. Then the fast charging adapter is at the back, together with a USB-A to USB-C cable and the SIM card ejector pin tucked behind. Now as for the specs, the phone has a Snapdragon 845 chipset. There's two variants for you guys to choose from. Here in Malaysia, either the 6 gigs of RAM with 64 gigs of storage or 6 gigs of RAM with 128 gigs of storage. It is shipped with Android 8.1 Oreo with the MIUI version 9.6 and Bluetooth 5.0 with aptX high quality audio streaming. Now unfortunately, the Kevlar or the Armored Edition is not available here in Malaysia, so the phone comes in steel blue, the one I have right now. Then there's graphite black and Rosso red. What's with the funky names lah? Now as for the build quality, at the back it is made of plastic instead of glass like most phones are right now, so there is no wireless charging. You will see no camera bump at the back with a nice rounded and properly placed fingerprint scanner. As for the front, it comes with the Corning Gorilla Glass and the buttons are placed only on the right with the volume rocker on top and the power button below. Then you'll find the SIM card and the SD card slot on the left, and you'll find the headphones jack on top and the USB-C port below with the two stereo speakers. Now as for the display, it is a 6.1 inch display with a notch, similar like the iPhone X, with a resolution of 1080p x 2246 pixels with 82.2% screen to body ratio, and the notification light is below instead of on top, and video consumption was decent. Although it only has a 1080p display, everything was pretty much watchable without any issues.
The Poco F1 has an IPS panel, so it should able to play HD videos in Netflix, YouTube and etc. But there's a lot of complaints stated that it doesn't support HD videos in Netflix and Amazon videos. It only supports 540p. I just want to know whether the 540p resolution, is it really bad or is it still manageable?
Now very good question, as Louis from Unbox Therapy did mention that too, and to be completely honest, as a person who loves high quality screens, I really found the videos on Netflix to be watchable still even at 540p. Other than the Android platform, there's the MIUI skin, which is still not very close to near stock Android experience, but it is pretty straightforward and smooth. And speaking of smooth, you can definitely feel the fast speed of the phone, so navigating through menus and opening apps were a breeze. Now let's look at the camera. At the back there's two cameras. One is the 12 megapixel camera with f1.9 aperture and the other is the 5 megapixel camera with f2.0, and this acts more of the depth sensor. Pictures during daylight was really impressive. The dynamic range was a hit and miss, where sometimes there were good details and sometimes there were not. The portrait mode at the back camera was also really good too, but where the camera really lacks is the low light situations, where it seems to be not as impressive during daylight. Now as for the front camera, it has a 20 megapixel f2.0 camera, and the selfie shots were also good during the day, and the selfie portrait was surprisingly good too, and again not very good during low light. Now as for video, it does shoot 4K without video stabilization, but the video is quite stable at 1080p. And then there's the slow motion feature at 1080p video at 240 frames per second. Now the sound quality was decent and loud, but it was lacking a bit on the treble side, and here's a sound test. Now let's talk about the battery.
Since it has a 4000 mAh battery, I just want to know how long does it last? Like a full day of use? Do you have balance of juice, or does it run out before the day ends?
Yes, one of the main highlights of the phone is of course its 4000 milliamps of battery, and during my Adam Lobo TV battery test of using it a lot for YouTube, Waze and also Spotify, at the end of the day, close to 1:24 AM, I've got 37%, which is really good. Alright, now let's get to the good, the bad and the ugly. Starting from the good, the Fingerprint Unlock is the best and the fastest compared to any phones, especially the OnePlus 6, which is known to be the fastest. Now the buttons are placed in a very good position on the right, which makes taking selfies way much easier. Now some may complain about its plastic bag, but for me I kinda like it because it feels a bit more grippy and it does not attract any fingerprints. Now this may be minor, but I kinda like the apps drawer, which is arranged by categories instead of jumbling everything up. Now although you can't remap the navigation button below, but you can change it to the full screen mode where the navigations are similar like the iPhone 10 onwards and the Android Pie 9.0. Now as for what I did not like about the phone, firstly there is no option of the fingerprint notification scrolling, where you can scroll from the top to view notification, which Samsung devices and Google Pixel has. Then there's no always on display to view notification at a glance, which I've gotten really used to. While gaming on this phone is great, there is no lag whatsoever. I find it that you will eventually block the speakers since it's placed on the right hand side instead of on top, so the gaming experience from a sound perspective is not as great. Then the face unlock has some problems unlocking my face when I wear prescription glasses, especially in the morning, which is kinda annoying, so I kinda stick to the fingerprint reader instead. Now as for the ugly, just when you think that the iPhone 10 has the ugliest notch ever, the Pocophone has just now taken the award for it instead. And what's worse, that even if you lock the screen, the camera and the sensor is still there, as is usually hidden on the iPhone 10 onwards. Then there's two not so pleasing issues with the screen. Firstly is the super curved cuts at the side, which literally made them to cut corners on the screen itself to reduce the screen to body ratio. And yes, the reports were through that there was screen light bleeding at the sides, as you guys can see. Now I'm sure you might be saying to yourself, yeah, but look at the price. Now that is very much true, and I really agree on that. So if those things does not bother you, that's totally fine.
What do you think about Pocophone? Will it be sizing up to the market, comparing to brands already are in the market, competing with that price point and that kind of specs? Will they be a good one, or they're gonna be a next flop? Let me know.
Well, my friend, in my personal opinion, I think that this phone is a really good phone for its price, and for phone users, in my opinion, it's divided into three categories, in my opinion of course. First is the type of person who just wants a phone which has all the best functions and works well, and then there's the other or the second type user who wants the best phone for its price, and then there's the ones who has too much of money. Kidding. And then there are those who want the highest possible specs and the latest phones in their hand. So for me, I would recommend the Xiaomi Pocophone for the first type of user and the second type of user. However, if you have the extra cash, I would still recommend the OnePlus 6 or even the upcoming OnePlus 6T, which is coming up really soon. But if you're all about saving money, then this phone is perfect for its price and the overall specs. And if you guys would like to get this phone, it is available at DirectD stores online, which I will link down below, and also the physical stores here in Malaysia. Thank you very much once again, Anil, Vinesh and Calvin, for all the Instagram video submissions to ask about the phone. So do follow me on Instagram in case you guys haven't done so, for more chance to connect with me further for times like this. And there's so many behind the scenes stuff that I also post in Instagram, so do follow me over there. And do let me know if you guys have any questions or feedback and what exactly you guys think of the Xiaomi Pocophone F1 at the comment section below. Aside from that, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit the thumbs up button, like, share and subscribe to Adam Lobo TV if you haven't done so. Don't forget to hit the bell icon just next to it to get notified for my future videos. Thank you so much for watching. This is Adam Lobo and I'll catch you guys in the next video.